channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you find something that you like. So my name is Jamie Cruz. For those who don't know, who might be new, you can find me on Instagram at JamieCruz_. I go by she, her pronouns, and this is just a little area of YouTube, of Flosstube, where I just share all of my crafting related items and stuff. So this is a floss tube, so I show my cross stitching things. Sometimes I'll have quilting things incorporated, and then other times I'll have some other things that I might be working on. So today I only have cross stitch to show, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. It's been about 3 weeks since I last talked to you guys, so I got quite a bit to show. My last update was in April. So I have the end of April stuff to show, and then the beginning of May. As I'm filming this, it is already May 19th. Where did the time go? I have no idea. So I'll tell you what I've already done, and then I'll show you and tell you what I have planned on for the rest of May, and then kind of beginning of June. Hope to get another video out by beginning of June, but I'll talk about that in my plans. So first up, I do have an FFO, which is a fully finished item. This is from the book Happiness is Homemade. This was a Nashville Needlework exclusive, and it has, I believe it's like 80 designers in it, and there's cross stitch in here, and then there's recipes in here too. And it's so cute. So what I did was on page 8, if you have the book, it is a Teresa Kogut pattern. She has a recipe in here, and then the chart. I can't show you the chart, but that's just a little sneak peek. But this is what it looks like because I finished it, and I think it's so cute. So I took this to work with me this week. I was in office, and this took me 3 stitching days, so 3 days to do. Probably about, I stitched on it all day when I was at work. So it probably took me about 20 hours to stitch. But this is what it looks like. I named him Henry Bird, B-Y-R-D. I think that is just so cute. And the one thing that I did change, so let's start from the top. So this is from Teresa Kogut. It is stitched on a 18 count white Aida with a stash conversion DMC, just what I pulled, what I had on hand, what fit close to the colors. And then I did change one of the stitching, the bobbins up here and here and here. They were supposed to be cross stitched, but instead I long stitched it. You can see it better on that one. I long stitched it, and I just think it turned out so cute. So this is going to be on my wall back there. You can see I put my embroidery birds that I got from Goodwill last time up there, and I did some rearranging. But this is where this is going to go, and I'm so excited. I think it's so cute. Alright, that was my, so this was also a new start actually too. So like I said, I started it this week, finished it within 3 days. So that was a lot of fun. Alright, my next up, I have in my project bag that I showed in my last video. It's so cute. I love this project bag. And this is Halloween at Granny's. I'll put up a photo here by Carolyn Manning. I started this on May 1st for Manny May Sal. That was hosted by, sorry, I'm getting my board. That was hosted by some of the girls, which are Bridget the Museum Stitcher, Marjorie from Marjorie Made, Cam the Stitcher, and Megan the Seattle Stitcher. Okay. But this is where I am. Again, this Halloween at Granny's, my Halloween at Granny's by Carolyn Manning. And this is all where I got. So if you follow me on Instagram, I put on Instagram that I was going to do a motif a day. There are 31 days in this month. There are about 42 motifs, and I was going to do it. And you can see how that went. Life got a little chaotic. You can say that. So this is just what this looks like. and I'm going to be stitching on this today. Actually, this is going to be a priority for me, but this is stitched on a 14 count Shadow Ada by Picture This Plus using the called for DMC, and I have it in my Q-snap, as you can see. And then I got this new needle minder. It says Coffee, Cats, and Cross Stitches by Mad for Minders. I love it. It's so cute. But I love the fabric. I love the colors. I love this piece. I love stitching on it. I don't work in Q-snaps a lot, and with this one, because of I found it easier to work in a Q-snap than opposed to working in hand, but it's not easier for me, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of having a little hard time, which is kind of why I fell off of it, but I'm hoping I'm going to take it out of the Q-snap when I'm working on it today and try to see how I like just stitching in hand with this one. So that's what I'm going to try. And so it's Halloween at Granny's by Carolyn Manning for Manning May Sal. Next up, I have the Bee Farm Sal. This is a Erin Elizabeth pattern, Erin Elizabeth design pattern, and the Sal is hosted by Carla of Cobwebs Corner and Helen D, the East Coast Crafter. And this was a pattern over that Erin Elizabeth designed exclusively for this stitch-along, and you can buy it over on Cobwebs Corner website. I will link that down below if you are interested, and you can find all of the information. You can find all of the information on Helen D's Instagram and her Flosstube, which I will link all down below. And sorry, what I was going to say was I did not iron any of my pieces, so they are very wrinkly, so please don't mind that. But this is the Bee Farm Sal, and this is where I am. So this one was a lot of fun. I'm at, I think, about 23% complete, if I want to say. This one is one that I am doing in Pattern Keeper, my only Pattern Keeper pattern so far, and but I think I'm about 23% complete. And I'm trying to do at least a strand a day on this, or 100 stitches, which I know is a very wide range. It's either 30 stitches or 100. I want to aim for 100 a day, but if I can only do one strand, I'm not beating myself up over it. So this is where I'm getting with that. As you can see, I have the bee body done, and then I'm kind of working on the flowers and the wing. Where is it? Over here. So this one's a lot of fun to do. I'm really enjoying it. The color palette is so pretty. Let me just pull out these colors, because if you're not doing this, I want you to just see how pretty, because it calls for, not makes, some very pretty greens and some purples, of course black, this like aqua, like sea glass color for the wings bodies. So I just think it's a very beautiful color palette, and I'm very excited to be stitching on it. Very excited to continue stitching on it. So that one is the Bee Farm Sal. All right. Up next, I have another bee pattern. This is Botanical Bee by Hands On Design. This is what it's going to look like. And I joined this, there's so many stitch-alongs of this going on right now. So if you're stitching this, you're probably in a stitch-along. The stitch-along I am part of is hosted by Shari Moss. And she is using the hashtag HOD, so hands-on design, Botanical Bee Sal. And she has broken it down into, I kind of did this last week, but she broke it down into 4 sections for the 4 weeks of May. And as you can see, I'm not following, we'll see, I should say, I'm not following the sections, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But it's a lot of fun, and you only have to do very minimal stitching a week to get it completely done by the end of the month. So this is Botanical Bee Sal, and this is where I am. Okay, so as you can see, like I said, I did not follow the weekly. So what I did was I started up here and worked my way down here, worked on the bee, and then brought down here and worked my way over here. So I'm kind of doing a railroad cross country, and I'm really liking it. Now, I did mess up. As you can see, these are supposed to be, where's my pattern? I believe this yellow color. So let's see here. Okay, so it's supposed to be yellow, and I did mine this, like, it's called Aztec Red. I just wasn't paying attention to the samples. That's all it was. It was a complete my error. I just wasn't paying attention. And I didn't want to rip it out, so I just kept it as is. Alright, specifics. This is stitched on a 28 count Monaco Rit dyed aquamarine that I Rit dyed myself. And I'm using the called for DMC, stitch 2/1. And then my little needle minder. This is also one I got from Mad for Minders recently. And this one is a lot of fun. It's the chart is in black and white. Personally, I don't like black and white charts, so I'm having a little kind of a hard time with it, but I'm still liking it a lot. Yeah, I really like the colors in this. I love these beehives, and I'm really liking how the bee's coming along. It kind of looks like, to me, I was just thinking that the bee kind of looks like he has his hands up on, and that he's going like, yeah! And I just thought that was so funny. Alright, but that is Botanical Bee by Hands On Design. Alright, and then I have one more new start that I actually just started yesterday. So this one is We're Made for Each Other by the Witchy Stitcher. I am starting this for a wedding gift for my best friend of, God, how long have we been friends for? We've been friends since the year 2000, so about 24 years almost. When she gets married, it will be 24 years that we've been friends, and I'm so, can you believe that? It's so nice to have a friend like that. It really is, and I hope everyone has a friend that like that. But yeah, so enough sappy. She's getting married on Friday the 13th, and their theme is horror and spooky and just everything black, red, cryptic. It's going to be so amazing. So I had to stitch this piece for her, and this is where I am. Okay, so I'm not far, but I do have a good amount done. So this is being stitched on 28 count Picture This Plus Mirage, and I'm going to be using the called for DMC. And so I'm going to stitch the Bride of Frankenstein first. Sorry, I'm trying to find my words. I'm trying to stitch the Bride of Frankenstein first, so the right side, and then I'll stitch the middle text, and then I'll stitch Frankenstein. That's my goal. That's what I plan on doing. Now, it does, as you can see, use, I'm trying to get them out, some gorgeous greens. And green is my favorite color. So I might end up getting bored and want to do a green, so I might go and do a green on him. I don't know. Just kind of depends on how I feel. As you can see, I'm a very cross-country stitcher. I don't have a set direction in which I go, but I love this fabric. I still have another, I got a 1/4 yard of it and I only needed this little bit, so I still have I still have another size this big of it, another piece that big, and I'm just so excited to get this stitched on something else. I think that this is the perfect Halloween type fabric piece. I think it's so perfect. But so my goal, this is a lot of filling, so my goal is just to fill that in when I can and then move on down to her face. And I'm loving how this is looking. And like I said, I just started this last night, so that's we're made for each other by the Witchy Stitcher. Alright, and then up next, so that's all I have for my new starts. So now I have my whips that I've been working on, and almost all of my whips are just whip go prompts, except for this one that I'm showing. So this one was a pick a whip prompt for the last 2 weeks of April, which was stitch on a project without using 310. So I chose Valentine's Day Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And this is where I am. This is going to take me a quick second, so bear with me. Alright, and here I am. So this is Valentine's Day Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I am using a Weeks Dye Works Flamingo. Sorry, like you can see that. Let's get that a little better for you. Alright, that's what it looks like. And you can see it creates this nice variegation in there. It creates this very pretty variegation. I love how this is turning out. I love the little birds. Don't mind my needle over here. Sorry about that. So what, last time you saw this, I think just only had this top part done, to be honest. So I stitched all of this section. This is off by 1 this way. So I am just not counting off of that. I messed up. I was really in the zone and I didn't realize till I finished the motif that it was complete off by 1, and I'm like, I'm not unpicking it. I'm just keeping it as is. It's just for me. No one's gonna know. And so, I mean, really, no one's gonna know that it's messed up. It's still gonna look perfect. It's still gonna look pretty. And if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have even known, unless if you're in the up close shots counting my stitches, and who does that? So, I don't like to judge, but if you're doing that, I'm judging a little bit. Sorry. So this is, sorry. Alright. So this is a lot of fun. I took this to work to do while I was in office for last month. And again, this was a pick a whip prompt, no 310. And I'm really liking where I am. I don't know when this will come back out again. Probably no time soon, to be honest, because it's a little, because the strands are so variegated. They're really long. So it's hard for me to work on while I'm in office, because then I'm stitching and I'm pulling like this. Stitching, pulling, stitching, pulling. And I can't really do that while I'm typing and on the phone with a customer. So, yeah, I just don't know when that one's going to come back out. And that's a mainly at-home project. Alright. For April, my second Whip Go pull was number 21, and that was Toil and Trouble by Primrose Cottage Stitches again. And let me get this on the board and then I'll show you where I am. Okay. So this is where I got for Toil and Trouble. Again, this is by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and this was on my Whip Go board. It was pull number 21. And my goal was 500 stitches. Realistically, I only did about a little under 400, but I'm very happy with that number. So I'm keeping it as is. And so what I did was I put the word trouble in there, and then I did these candy corns. Now, as you can see, the word trouble, the UBLE, is up one. I miscalculated, and it is stitched wrong. I'm not unripping it, I'm just keeping it as is. I just won't count off of that, which nothing gets counted off of that really anyway, so it's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's still going to look nice once it's done, so no harm, no foul. So this is stitched on a 18 count of vintage Ada, I believe it is. Let me see. Alright, it's an Artiste 18 count, yes, vintage Ada from Zweigart that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I thought that it would just go really well with this piece, a nice smoky texture. And that's really reading true to color, and I really like how that looks. It's very nice. This will probably come out when, this is, I think, again on my Whip Go board. No, it's already been called. It was on twice, and it's already been called for both times this year. So I won't be getting this one out again, unless if I want to stitch on it in the fall, around Halloween time, which I probably will. It's a lot of fun to stitch on. It was a UFO project that I had restarted, so I was so my goal is not to finish it at any time, but just to make progress on it throughout the year. So that's what I'm doing. That's what all my Whip Go goals are, just to make progress. Alright, so up next I have the Yule Stitch Along by Witch's Garden Crafts. This was a free stitch along over on their Facebook page. And I finished up part 2 on this. So this is what, over here, this is what it looks like. And then this is where I got. So this is stitched on a 14 count Dark and Stormy Opalescent by Witch's Garden Crafts. I finished up, this was part 1, and then I got part 2. There's another little, like, I think there's a snowflake over here, but I didn't stitch that. I was done for the night, and I'm like, you know what, that can go in part 3. That's fine. I was done with it. This was a Whip Go Pool number 5. I did 500 stitches on it, just about, I think. I don't really count my stitches, but I think I just did below 500. I did get 3 stitchy days in on it, so I equal 500 stitches to 3 stitchy days, or 3 stitching sessions is what I do, unless if I count. This one is a lot of fun to do, and I really like it. Really like the fabric. Love that fabric. Highly recommend doing this. It's a lot of fun. Alright. And then I have one more whip to show. So my last whip, we have to talk about. So this is Pinwheel Gnome, and it is by Cross Stitch Wonders. And this is what mine looks like, and I'll tell you why we gotta talk about it. So this was also a Whip Go pool. This was Whip Go number, did I say Yule Sal was 5? Yule Sal was 18. This one was 5. I think I said that wrong. Anyway, this one was Whip Go pool number 5. I also did 500 stitches on this, and I did the 500 stitches all in the hat. And then, you can't see it, but I did some white in the beard here. And we need to talk about this one because I am UFOing it. So I did 500 stitches. I did all of that work. And then in this hat up here, I did all that work. And then once I came down here, it's blanc, white color. And then there is another it's like an ice blue kind of, but it reads more white than blue. It's just like a hint of blue. It's like water almost. It's like clear. And you just cannot see it on this white fabric. This is my oldest whip, besides one of my other ones. This is like my second oldest whip. I'm not patriotic. I don't know why I started it. I'm not into the whole like red, white, blue color scheme. If you are, that's totally fine. I love looking at that stuff. I love looking at finished pieces. It's just not my stitching style is all. So I'm UFOing this for now. I think down the line, if I ever pull it out again, I will unpick all of this white down here and do the beard a different color and not do it a red, white, and blue gnome. Do it just a regular, different color scheme gnome, maybe. But it wasn't bringing me too much joy, so I didn't mind UFOing it. So, and that's Pinwheel Gnome that I will no longer be working on. Alright, and that was all of my stitching. I don't have any haul besides my July monthly weigh-in, which is right here. I can show you it. July monthly weigh-in. I'm part of the club where you get the pattern and the floss. I haven't done any really of the other ones except for 2. I have 3 whips of them, so I won't be doing this one anytime soon until I get the other ones done. I don't have any sewing to show. I have not been sewing. I know I said in my last video I was going to do some project bags. That is still my plan. I just, I've been very, very busy. I have some exciting news. I'm not sure if I told you guys, but I did go back to school starting the 23rd of April. So I've been very busy with schoolwork after I get off of work. It's only one course at a time, so it's very easy, but it's I haven't been to school in 10 years, so it's a big change. So yeah, I've been busy with school, so I haven't really done a lot of sewing. At night, where I would be doing sewing is being taken up by homework. So I'm kind of trying to find a nice balance between my hobbies and then my schoolwork and then being a parent and a wife. So I'm trying to find a nice balance, and I think I almost have one, but I'm ending my first course at school, and then I'm about to start my second course next week. So I think as I progress, obviously I'll find a better balance. So I'm just kind of working on that right now. I do have some housekeeping that I want to talk about. I did have a giveaway. I believe it was back in February. I picked actually 2 winners. I picked one winner and they never responded. I picked another winner and I did not hear from them either. So I am closing the giveaway. And the prizes that were from the giveaway, I will put in another giveaway for when I reach 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be a big giveaway when I reach 1,000. I'm going to have 2 project bags that I make. I'm very excited about it. And then I'm going to have all of those that I had left over from that giveaway. I'm going to give away some patterns. It's going to be huge once I hit 1,000. So please, please, please make sure you subscribe, like, show your friends, anything you can to get me to 1,000, so that way I can do this big giveaway for you guys. I'm really excited about it. And then my plans are just continuing my Whip Go and my Sals, and then my piece for my best friend. With her getting married here soon, I want to give it to her at the bridal shower, which is in, I believe I calculated it, and it was like 87 or so days. And I think if I do like 100 stitches a day on the We're Made for Each Other piece, I'll be done by that time, but it doesn't leave me time to frame it, so I gotta do maybe like 100 and like 30 stitches a day. Completely manageable, because I told myself that anytime I pick it up, I'm going to dedicate at least 90 minutes to it of just continuous stitching. So I think I'll definitely be able to get that done in plenty of time. Alright, so that was all that I have for you guys. If you made it this far, leave me a bobbin emoji. I'll put it in the description. So leave me a bobbin emoji if you made it this far. Sorry, it's not bobbin, it's a thread. What am I on? So it's a thread emoji. So leave me a thread emoji if you made it this far. And I will hopefully see you guys. My next plan is to film about June 1st to 2nd, that weekend, 1st in June. So I hope to film then and get a video up for you guys come then. So be on the lookout for that. And then I'll talk to you all later. So thank you for stopping by. Hope you found something that you like. And I'll talk to you guys soon.